Hello, Melanie Moorcroft here from Small Changes, Big Impact. In this session, we will look at how our mindset or thinking impacts our leadership potential and life satisfaction. We will explore the use of the lifestyle inventory and how it can help us to change our thinking. Our mindset or thinking influences our life in many ways. Firstly, how we interact with others, how we cope with stress over a long period of time or a short period of time, what goals we want to achieve. Our effectiveness as a leader is really impacted by our mindset and our thinking. And how do we impact the culture of the organizations we work in? Our thinking has a profound impact on our mental and physical well-being and our success in life, according to human synergistics research. So if we want to improve our physical or mental well-being, we need to look at our thinking to see what is supporting or hindering us in our life. To change our thinking and behavior, we first need to have some form of assessment or measure so that we know where we are now and can then decide what to focus on. This is where I have used the Lifestyles Inventory 1 to help hundreds of leaders. The LSI-1, or self-assessment of the lifestyle system, was developed by human synergistics, and it has been successfully used globally by over 1 million managers and leaders around the world, 240,000 organizations in the past 40 years, including over 490 global universities, 229 of Fortune 500 companies, and all the top 10 Fortune 500 companies. An important question is, who am I? And what causes me to act the way I do? So what is the Lifestyles Inventory and how can we use it? The LSI distinguishes and measures 12 key thinking patterns or styles that are either effective or ineffective. These styles represent specific ways in which we choose to think and behave and are represented on a circumflex, which you can see at the screen now. The circumflex is a circular graph that measures the LSI 12 distinct styles of thinking, behavior, and interacting. It clusters these into 3 general styles, as shown in the diagram, as being constructive, and those are the blue styles, passive defensive, the green styles, and aggressive defensive, the red styles. We all have thinking in these 3 categories. Our aim, though, is to reduce the security needs thinking we have in the red and the green categories to below the 50th percentile, as these can hinder our leadership potential and our life satisfaction. Alongside this, we focus on increasing our constructive thinking to above the 50th percentile. We sometimes refer to this as boosting the blue. You will also see on the circumflex not only the satisfaction needs and security needs we have at the top and bottom of the circumflex, but on the left-hand side, we have our orientation towards task on the left or people on the right. And we tend to have a predominant interest in either one side or the other. These 3 general styles we call constructive, passive defensive, and aggressive defensive. And our thinking can be categorized into these 3 main sections of styles of thinking. So what is the LSI-1, which is a self-description? This is where we self-assess our thinking styles, our personal effectiveness, and our satisfaction at work and home. We use the Human Synergistics digital platform, and this gives us a baseline of our current thinking. So who is the LSI assessment designed for? Executives, leaders and managers, and people in professional and technical roles. Using the information received from the LSI-1 circumflex, we can create personal change through, firstly, identifying our unique thinking patterns that characterize our current behavior. Then we understand what thinking patterns are effective, what are not, and why. The next step is thinking about what is the process to change our mindset or thinking. The first thing to remember is only you can change yourself. However, using an evidence-based methodology such as the LSI-1 can make the process of change much easier. The LSI-1 provides a quantified measure for you to assess your thinking styles and then work with an accredited human synergistics coach to assist you through the change process. We use awareness, acceptance, and then action as a change process. During this process, you get to look at your strengths as well as your self-defeating behaviors. You learn to accept yourself as you are, to understand how your thinking and behavior may affect yourself and others. We then look at making a decision to change our thinking, what areas or styles we're going to concentrate on, and then we commit to a plan of action. Working with an accredited LSI coach, you can improve upon your strengths and precisely target the areas in which you want to change. Some of the benefits of changing our mindset and our thinking styles are, first of all, depending on enhancing our greater self-esteem, looking at how we can improve our interpersonal relationships. How do we increase our personal effectiveness and the ability to achieve the individual goals we've set for ourselves? We also show greater satisfaction with our personal and professional life. Depending on the person and their current situation, we often use the LSI-1 together with the LSI-2, which is a 360 assessment completed by others that you know that work on your personal life. In the next session, we will be looking at using the LSI-2 to receive 360 feedback from others about how they perceive our behavior and actions. Please subscribe to this channel if you would like further sessions on business leadership. The LSI assessment helps us to gain self-insight and to improve our personal leadership ability. Our personal leadership is the center of our leadership practices framework. And the purpose of this domain is to role model leadership practices and demonstrate constructive interactions. So to help role model leadership behaviors and adapt our practices to different circumstances, we require self-insight. And the big question is, how do we gain that self-insight? And as you have seen from the last few slides, the LSI-1 helps us to gain self-insight. The reliability and validity of the LSI has been thoroughly researched and established in a wide variety of populations by human synergistics. It consistently measures what it claims to measure. If you are interested in taking the LSI-1 assessment and coaching, please email us at support@smallchangesbigimpact.com.